Wes and Katie Jones enjoy the beautiful scenery near their home in Arvada, Colorado. Wes is a youth pastor and Katie is a real estate agent. With 2 incomes and 4 rental units, they're doing well financially. As believers, a top priority for them both is tithing and giving.
There's always just the confidence in my mind that knowing that Katie and I are going to give joyfully, and we will continue to give joyfully.
Katie entered the marriage with $40,000 in student loans. Both believed God wanted them to pay it down quickly.
I think we were very fortunate that we recognized that it was a burden early on in our marriage, because then we decided to do something about it sooner rather than later.
We tackled highest interest first and then went down to the lowest interest and tried to really focus in on those.
The couple decided to accelerate their get-out-of-debt plan by delivering Uber Eats and DoorDash. Every extra dime went towards the debt. In just a few years, the $40,000 was paid off.
Just the relief now that this debt is gone and what kind of doors that opens for us.
However, their financial security began to unravel when the pandemic hit. Katie's income diminished when the state of Colorado closed down real estate showings. Then 2 tenants lost their jobs and couldn't pay rent. Now the couple was forced to dip into their savings each month to pay the rental property's mortgages. After 6 months, the pressure took its toll.
There was a lot of stress in trying to figure out what we were going to do. There was some anxiety, there were some nights where I was definitely having a lot of trouble sleeping.
It felt like we were building a lot of momentum to keep going forward, and then it just kind of came to a quick stop. It just all kind of fell through on us. So I wasn't ever really scared, more just frustrated.
The couple prayed that the situation would change before their savings ran out. Together, they decided to rely on the Lord to come through for them.
There is always a light at the end of the tunnel, regardless if it's dark now. God is always there, and He is the light.
We just need to trust Him that He's going to get us through this, and it might not look exactly like how we want it to, but we're going to end up okay on the other side, no matter what happens.
Wes and Katie agreed to continue tithing and giving, regardless of the state of their finances.
In many ways, the need for generosity was heightened, was increased with all of the need around the world, our country, our state, our city, our church. So to continue to give and be able to support was such a huge calling.
It would have been so easy for us to say, yeah, we're gonna cut back on our giving, we're gonna cut back on our tithing right now because we're in this financial strain. I was looking at it on paper and saying, the numbers just don't add up, it's not going to happen. And God kind of says, you know, He sits back and He's like, let me show you what I can do.
When the real estate market picked back up, so did Katie's income. And when their tenants decided to move, the Jones found new renters right away. The potential financial nightmare never happened.
When we remain obedient to God, He continually blesses us, knowing that He will take care of you regardless, and you just have to trust and be obedient in that promise.
Tithing and giving is more to show God our faithfulness and our trust in Him. God can provide for you. God can do immensely more than you can ever imagine if you trust Him, if you come to Him, if you seek Him first.